can I survive with an $11 poncho from Temu? Hi guys, welcome to Doug's Shoe Bushcraft. Record numbers of people are getting into trouble on the trails. Often it's because of the lack of simple survival equipment, weighs ounces, could save your life, and yet they don't bring it. It doesn't necessarily have to be anything expensive. Don't need some fancy brand from the mall. Here I just have a poncho I bought from Temu. Spent an extended time in the rain testing it out, and I'd say it is waterproof, impermeable. Didn't do any scientific testing with like water pressure or anything like that. I just do it the old-fashioned way. I wore it in the rain, heavy rain, a thunderstorm, and it's Doug's Shoe approved. Alright, here it is, my $11 poncho. Actually, it's $10.97. On my scale, 9 ounces overall. Take out the stuff sack, you save half an ounce, so be a 8.5 ounce commitment to carry on the trail. Not much at all, worth having. And this one's waterproof. I've tested others that aren't. And then I've tested some that are waterproof, but they're just a solid PVC, and I go through brush and they tear all apart and are useless pretty quickly, unless you're very careful or you stick to the trail. So for construction, what you want is a ripstop material, either nylon or polyester. This one's 100% polyester, and then over that you have a polyurethane coating, or it's often abbreviated a PU coating. Makes it waterproof. So what are you going to do? What's your plan? What I see happening to a lot of people is they go out, they get lost, they're out there longer than expected, it starts to rain, and then they get wet, and people can get hypothermia pretty easily, even in the summer. And in that sort of situation, you'd expect the person to be able to survive maybe for 3 days. Could be a lot shorter than that. Could be gone within a day. So what's the plan? And you know, I know this, for example, from people commenting on my videos, which please feel free to comment whatever you'd like, but just people have unrealistic ideas, like they're going to build a shelter. And I'm all for building shelters. I demonstrate that. And I demonstrate a lot of overnights, which in my mind is the best to simulate that kind of situation, because someone that can't get out of the woods, when do they know that? When do they come to that realization? Isn't it typically around nightfall, and how much time do they have to construct a shelter? Best case scenario, I think you'd have a few hours. So, but on a lot of these comments I'm getting, people watch my videos and say you should have done this, you should have done that, and they describe something that's going to take 2 or 3 days, realistically, just dedicated building a shelter. You're not going to have a cabin. So what can you do? And the plane flying right overhead. Well, the best thing, wait for him to go by. Here's my plan. I tend not to get lost, but I suppose I'm human. What's more likely, I'd say, is if I had some sort of medical event out there, God forbid a heart attack, or tripped and broke my leg, or fell off something, and I'm not going to be getting out of the woods that night. You know, it starts raining, what do? On the poncho. Okay, that's another thing. You're really sick like that, or severely injured, you're going to be walking around gathering materials and building a shelter that kind of resembles a log cabin. Really? Really? No, not really. You're going to be sitting there wishing you had some sort of shelter you can just throw on. You know, a tent is better, obviously. Yeah, a nice dome tent or something, teepee tent. But then there's the weight. 8.5 ounces. $11. There's no excuse, really. So I can just wear it, hunker down, you know, sitting under a tree or squatting under a tree. And even the canopy of the tree. The tree has a nice canopy that's helping provide shelter. But let's say you want to build a shelter. Now you have a poncho for your roof. The frame can be easier than easier, and I will demonstrate. I want to clog up this head hole, or face hole. Alright guys, here's the shelter. Might look cozy, and it is. It's low to the ground in case storm comes in, right? With wind and rain blowing sideways. And it is cozy, but I'm laying right on the ground. It's been raining on and off for a couple weeks actually, and it's damp. So if I sleep on this, I'm going to be getting more and more damp. Plus, it's just the nature of the beast. The ground is going to suck the heat right out of my body, so I need some sort of insulation, and something waterproof is good. So for summertime, I have this. I'll put the link in the description. Both the poncho and this mat are from Temu. They're calling it their 900D twill mat. Looks like ballistic nylon to me. Rolls up and has these straps and clips that unrolls. It's basically like 6 feet long, I guess, and 3 feet wide. So it's designed to be a sleeping mat. So it's not going to give me tons of insulation, it's going to give me some. Another idea is those foamy mats. Thing is, those roll up or fold up only so small. It's usually like in a 3-foot roll, 3-foot long roll, and if you're going for stealth, people can see you're planning on sleeping somewhere. It's just bulkier. They tend to be lighter than this. This is 1 pound 4 ounces, which is a commitment. However, very, very strong, because if I just set up very quick and lie down, there's going to be, it's just basically guaranteed in these woodlands, there's going to be pokey and stabby rocks, roots and sticks. You can clear the area. I could pile up leaves or pine boughs or something to put under this for insulation, then put this on the top. But again, that's more effort. So I'll also put the link in the description, a past video where I showed those sort of camping mats. But in my mind anyway, for summertime, this will be okay. Alright guys, that's about it. Thank you to Temu for sending me this gear. I thank you guys for joining me. I'll be back again soon. May mercy, peace, and love be multiplied to you. Jude 2.